Hey families, what's up? It's me, Seth with SethPro.com. Hope you're having a great day. I'm coming to you today from Cougar Mountain outside of Seattle. I just did some talks here in Seattle, and I'm going to be headed back to Colorado later today. But for my blog this week, I wanted to mention something very interesting. I had my first meetup with people who follow my blog. So I've got about 8,000 people on the blog so far, and I decided, well, let's see what happens if we do a meetup. And I had about 10 people come to the meetup at a great little restaurant in Capitol Hill in Seattle. And it was so interesting, but I wanna explain to you one of the most interesting statements that one of the parents shared that day. And what she said was this. She said, I hear parents who complain and they say, I have to tell my kid once or twice to do their stuff, and it's so frustrating. And she said, that is my dream. I would love to only be able to ask them once or twice to do their work. But it is a battle to get them to do anything. And I'm paraphrasing, but basically that's the gist of this conversation. What I really want to leave you with, parents, is this. You are not alone. Not only are you not alone, I have 8,000 people on my list. There are tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of families who have neuroatypical students who don't fit inside the box. Okay, now it's not just a few. It's not just a couple of kids. It's not just an outlier here and there. The bell curve is getting flat, so the outliers are growing. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying, parents? You are not alone. There are tons of families, and there's so much shame wrapped around this, and so many parents who feel like they're not doing it right, or there's something wrong with them, or they're going to be shamed by culture or society or schools or other parents or something, that they're not doing it right and they're not good enough. And there's so much of this sort of secretive shame. Parents don't often share what's going on. And it's hard to find a place to share it, but as proven by not only this meetup, but tons and tons and tons of people who have emailed me and tons of people, families that I work with, this is not just some tiny little outlier. There's an extraordinarily big proportion of kids who do not fit inside the box. They are atypical learners. They are atypical thinkers. They are neurodiverse children. And there is nothing wrong with them. They are not broken. They do not need to be fixed. There is nothing wrong with your child. Even the word wrong is wrong. Okay, they start to feel bad about themselves. They feel like they're broken, like there's something wrong with them, and they feel shamed, and they have all these struggles. Look, your child has a unique brain. Okay, they are atypical and they are neurodiverse. That does not mean weird. That does not mean strange. That does not mean broken. That does not mean wrong. I'm so frustrated right now because I see so many kids suffer in school and so many parents suffer feeling like they're doing something wrong. You did not get an instruction book, and it's 2018, and we know more about what these kids need than ever. But it isn't mainstream yet, okay? So there's nothing wrong with your child. Now, the question that you want to be asking is, how do we meet their unique needs? I'm going to say that again. The question we want to be asking is, how do we meet the needs of these neurodiverse kids? And my answer for you is not rocket science. There's an old saying in special ed, which became a saying in gifted ed, and the saying goes like this. Special ed best practice is best practice for everyone. Gifted best practice is best practice for everyone. Parents, what does that mean? Teachers who are watching, you guys probably know what this means already, but that saying means that basically for gifted and talented students and for special ed students, it's since they're more outliers, it's more clear that they need more individualized instruction or differentiated instruction. You can look up differentiation. The point is that these kids need education that's more tailored. It's less cookie cutter. It's tailored and personalized to their own unique idiosyncrasies. Okay, well, that is best practice for everyone, and I do believe that. Okay, so we need education that's going to meet everyone's needs. Well, that requires an extraordinary amount of effort on the behalf of schools and teachers. They need resources and money and time. Yes, They do. Things need to change. This is not a small segment of the population where we can do differentiation for just a few kids. This is getting to be a larger and larger portion of the kids in each class. We need to train teachers, in my opinion, to be artists and train them much better and not have 50% of teachers quitting by year 5 because they're so burnt out. We need to be really supporting them to support our kids. Anyhow, I just wanted to leave you with those thoughts today. You know, it's the beginning of the year and you parents are starting to see the dip happening already. I'm hearing it in emails and kids are struggling, and I have parents asking me, how do we articulate these IEPs and 504s? How do we advocate if we don't have that? And I hear the same stories all the time, and that's because the same problems have not changed, and we need to change this. But parents, you are not broken. You do not need to be fixed. Do you need to be educated and learn about this stuff? Yes. But is there something wrong with you? No, you did not get an instruction book, okay? And the system that has not changed nearly enough. People are doing great things in education. There are a lot of innovators and a lot of amazing teachers and a lot of amazing people out there, but the system as a whole has not changed, and it doesn't want to change. They have no need to. There are people who are profiting off of textbooks, curriculum, technology. There are people that are making and testing companies, of course, extraordinary billions and billions of dollars. They don't want to change this stuff. So, and it's not going to change until parents and teachers are so clear on the topics that they can be so outraged that they can say, no, I'm not the only parent. I know I'm not the only one coming to you with this issue. I need help. You need to serve my child. Let's do this. And there needs to be sort of a united front of all these people. So now I want you to imagine this. About 1 in 5 kids has some they're a strong outlier. They're neurodiverse. They're atypical. 20%. Go look at it on the playground. 1 in every 5? How many families is that? A lot of families have more than one kid, so it's a lot of families. It's probably, I don't know, 30 or 40% of families. And students who are not neurodiverse, who are more typical, parents don't want them to grow up to be average anyway or typical. They want their needs met and fostered. They want them to shine and be pushed also. So, anyhow, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with your kid. That doesn't mean don't do anything about it, obviously, or you wouldn't be watching this video, because people who follow me are desperately trying to find solutions. But I want you to walk away from this video saying, okay, we're not crazy. We're not broken. There's nothing wrong with us. There are plenty of people in the same boat that we are. How do we connect with other like-minded families? How do we get this stuff out from in hiding and get away from the shame of it? How do we start to change those things? How do we get our teachers the support that they need so they can support our kids, and so that you guys can hopefully leave this video just asking those questions and feeling like, me as a parent, I'm doing the best I know how to do. I'm really trying. I'm not going to guilt myself. I'm not going to shame myself. I'm going to be proud of how I'm showing up. I'm going to go try to connect with other people. I'm going to tell my kid the most important thing, and the most important thing you can ever do for your kid, in my opinion, is to have quality time with them, is to build the relationship with them. They might have all these struggles, they might fail classes, they might this, that, and the other, but if you have a great relationship with your child, if you built a healthy, secure attachment with your child, it does not have to be perfect. If you're working in that direction and you guys are creating the relationship, and that's where the primary focus is, at least in the back of your head, you're always working on the relationship, that, my friends, is what you will need when they get older and they have real problems in life. You want them to be able to come to you because you have a great relationship with them, and want to communicate with you, and want help from you, and want connection with you. That is number one, in my opinion. I hope you have a great day. Again, this is Seth with SethPerler.com. If you like this, please thumbs up it, share it with somebody that you care about, and subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. Have a great day.